Yo, what is going on, my turkeys? It is Cynical, and today for you guys, we're gonna be talking video games. Today for you guys, we're gonna be going through my personal top 5 sort of reveals or games that got shown at E3 2017. Now, in all honesty, E3 this year was a little bit lackluster, and I have to say, it's probably one of the worst E3 shows that I've seen. Now, within saying that, I'm not saying that it was absolutely terrible, but I just feel like this year's E3 had a much larger focus on games that got displayed last year. And I mean, especially looking towards Sony's conference, it was pretty much just games that we already knew existed, but got like trailers, and at the end of those trailers it was like 2018. Apart from Kingdom Hearts 3. Anyway guys, these are in no particular order, so let's crack on with it. The first game is Anthem. I was literally blown away by this, and still, I don't really know too much about it. What I do know is, basically, you play as this dude in a mech suit, and apparently that's like fully customizable. There's like this big wall sort of thing, and on the other side of the wall, it's like, I don't know, aliens and other robots and stuff. On this side of the wall, it's like humanity. So pretty much humanity is, you know, going out into this large forest, jungle-like area, exterminating the threat. I mean, the concept is really, really cool. It's got me interested. It's from the people who made Mass Effect as well, which is a pretty successful gaming franchise. Even though I've never really personally dived into Mass Effect, I played a little bit of it, and it wasn't really for me. And so I hope that the sort of Mass Effect type gameplay isn't too present in here. I'm only saying that for my sake. I know Mass Effect is really popular, so if there are certain aspects of Mass Effect in Anthem, it wouldn't surprise me just due to the, you know, sheer popularity of that franchise. But Anthem looks good. I mean, the gameplay demonstration that they did with the Xbox One X, Xbox One, I'm sorry, I cannot get over that name. Who made that dang name, dude? Back to it though, the gameplay that they did on the Xbox One X looks absolutely amazing. Like the visuals, I mean, you can see vines and the detail in the bark on the trees, and there's so much lush jungle environment. It's just, it's eye aesthetics, man. Now, whether or not the game will actually look like that when it comes out next year, who really knows, because these days in the gaming industry, I don't know why, but like, developers like to make their games look a million times better in trailers, and then for the final product, it looks only half as good. It's kind of like half baking a cake. Think of it that way. Next up is Beyond Good and Evil 2. I know lots of people were talking about this, and heaps of people were saying, you know, Ubisoft killed it this year. And I think they kind of did with Beyond Good and Evil 2. I wouldn't say that they had the absolute best conference, but the reveal of Beyond Good and Evil 2 was a pretty damn exciting thing. This is something that fans of Beyond Good and Evil have been waiting a very, very long time for. Beyond Good and Evil 2 was actually due to sort of come out like years ago. I believe there's a trailer for like the old version of Beyond Good and Evil 2 on YouTube somewhere, but I don't know, maybe that's still like development hell and that was cancelled or something. I don't really know the history, but it's back. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is actually happening. Now, I played the first one a very long time ago on a PlayStation 2 demo disc, but in terms of sort of my experience with this franchise, I don't really have too much of it. But from the looks of things, number 2 is going to be like significantly different from the first. The first game kind of focused on one character. I believe her name was Jade, and like her story and stuff, and it kind of had like stealth elements and whatnot, and kind of like linear levels almost, whereas this game is like full-on open world. Apparently the game developers are describing it as Grand Theft Auto in space. And recently Ubisoft did a little bit of a gameplay presentation when they got back to their studio from E3, showing, you know, like sort of the idea as to how this game is going to sort of pan out. And like, you can get spaceships and it's open world, and you can like fly out of the planet and go to other planets. Really hoping it doesn't turn out to be like No Man's Sky, you know, promising all this shit and it never happens. However though, that cinematic trailer that they released for this game at E3, my god, you can see the dribble and the veins and the fucking stretch marks on the pig. I mean, it looked beautiful. And like, they're swearing now. This is a thing. I don't think this was the thing in the first game, but it seems to be like more catering towards an adult audience, and I like that. I'm digging that. Next up is A Way Out. So this was one of EA's new reveals, and I'm usually not too focused on EA, honestly. Sporting games to me personally, I don't do them. But A Way Out, now this junk has me really intrigued. As a kid, I used to play co-op games all the time, you know, with my friends, sitting on the couch you know, playing a little bit of Crash Bash, playing a little bit of CTR, playing that Ratchet and Clank 3 multiplayer, Resident Evil 5 co-op story playthrough. Hell yes, those are the days. Couch co-op is amazing. And it's something that isn't really seen too much these days, mainly because of the fact that online multiplayer is like this huge behemoth that is taken over. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, because online multiplayer is you know, it's fantastic. But couch co-op is something that is often sort of shunned upon and not really too focused on these days. But I don't know, EA are trying to be trendy, and they're just like, you know what, screw this, let's make a game that is 100% focused around co-op play. So yeah, you literally need a friend to play this game, which is sad for me because I don't have any. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna like hire someone out, go onto like a Craigslist sort of thing, pay for, you know, their time for maybe like a week just so I can like experience a way out. No, seriously, this game is completely focused around co-op, whether it is couch co-op or, of course, online multiplayer. You need a friend to play this game. And essentially, it's just you and your friend stuck in a prison. There is, I think, a story kind of surrounding it, but it's like a AAA quality game that is focused on co-op. It looks amazing. It almost looks like the game itself is mixing aspects found in Uncharted in terms of its cinematic storytelling. So that kind of stuff mixed in with couch co-op I think is going to be fantastic. Next up, Super Mario Odyssey. Now, I know this is not a brand new game per se, but we got a brand new trailer for it which showed more of what this game is all about. And Nintendo, please stop. You are motivating me to buy your console. I mean, that's a good thing for them. That's sort of beneficial. Now, I don't own a Switch. I don't own a Nintendo Switch. But seeing Super Mario Odyssey, my boy, that junk is convincing me more and more every single day. Now, I've always been a huge fan of the Mario games and stuff, especially the 3D ones, things like, you know, like Galaxy, we have 3D World, 3D Land, the classic Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine. So this is like the next big 3D Mario game, and it looks really good. Like, you can get your hat, and you can just chuck it on shit, and you become it. Genius. So I don't know, if you guys have ever wanted to play a Mario game where you can literally throw your hat onto a dinosaur or onto a Goomba and become them, you can now do that. 3D Mario games are always amazing platformers, and it's kind of making me sad that I don't have a Switch because I do not want to miss out on this. This game is like still quite a few months away from release, so I've got a bit of thinking time. But yeah, Odyssey blew me away, man. Definitely one of the best games that got shown at this year at E3. And for the very final title, you guys are probably going to pitchfork me for this, Skyrim VR. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, Cynical. God damn, why, man? We've had so many different variations of Skyrim. Why are you supporting this? Now, look, I know. Next year, we're probably getting fucking, I don't know, the Skyrim Apple Watch Edition, right? Now, it's bound to happen by this point. It seems like Bethesda are just milking the teat of Skyrim as of right now. But my boy, I am not going to lie, a complete VR experience for PlayStation VR being that of Skyrim, sign me up. Now, I bought a PlayStation VR in the hope that Sony will support this technology as best they can, releasing, you know, high quality games onto the system. And so one of my major hopes for E3 of this year was to see more VR games get revealed. Now, although Skyrim VR is not a completely new game per se, it's still Skyrim, this AAA quality game that's received millions upon millions of different awards in the past. And the game's got hundreds of hours right there. And to experience that beauty in virtual reality, I think is really exciting. Now, I have actually seen a little bit of gameplay of people actually, you know, playing Skyrim VR at E3. And I'm a little bit skeptical, mainly because of how these sort of controls work in terms of movement. It uses the whole teleportation movement, and that stuff is cat shit when it comes to VR. We don't want to be teleporting to move. No, screw that. Bethesda have actually said that DualShock 4 controller support for Skyrim VR will be implemented, so that's a really good thing, and I only hope that they figure out a different way of moving if someone wants to, of course, use the PlayStation Move controllers, because ideally, if you are playing a game like Skyrim in, you know, virtual reality, you really want to be using the PlayStation Move controllers, because, you know, if you got a bow and arrow, you can do all this sort of junk with the bow and arrow. not a good demonstration. But yeah, if you actually do this with the PlayStation Move controllers, you're gonna be like flinging arrows and stuff. So yeah guys, that is my top 5 game reveals, or sort of reveals or announcements, whatever you want to call it. There was plenty of other things there, and of course, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3, but you know, technically Kingdom Hearts 3, the trailer didn't really get revealed at E3, so yeah, that's why I'm not including it in this. Still though, I am a little bit disappointed with this year's E3, mainly because of the fact that it focused more on games that got shown last year, which kind of sucks. But then again, that is definitely leaving a lot of room and anticipation for E3 of 2018. Because of the fact that by that point, we will have had, you know, like all of these games that got shown this year out of the way, and it will leave plenty of room for like new stuff to get shown. But anyway guys, that is just my top 5 list. Let me know yours in the comment section down below, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.